I will tell you, everybody is looking at other people's social media and feeling envy about that.
For decades, Oprah Winfrey has been revered as a media icon, a beacon of generosity, and a symbol of wisdom and success. However, beneath this carefully cultivated image lies a web of unsettling allegations. From FBI investigations to shocking scandals, whispers of a darker reality have begun to circulate. Could the truth about her vast wealth, deep influence, and powerful connections be far more complex than we have been led to believe? Oprah Winfrey has long been one of the most beloved figures in the entertainment industry, with a reputation built on her philanthropy, business acumen, and inspirational influence. Yet, recent reports suggest that the FBI has quietly been investigating her for years, gathering intelligence on her financial transactions, real estate holdings, and personal associations. While no formal charges have been brought against her, the sheer volume of speculation has raised serious questions about what might be unfolding behind closed doors. Rumors persist that her immense wealth and status have allowed her to evade scrutiny, granting her the ability to operate beyond public accountability. Some of the most disturbing claims center around her alleged ties to global elite networks involved in illicit dealings such as human trafficking and financial manipulation. Though law enforcement has yet to release any official confirmation of these allegations, leaked documents and insider testimonies continue to fuel suspicions. One of the most debated theories is that Oprah's extensive real estate empire serves a dual purpose. More than just luxurious retreats, some believe these properties may be linked to covert operations. With vast land acquisitions spanning across multiple states, her ability to secure prime real estate with little resistance has led many to question how she has managed to accumulate such holdings without facing significant legal challenges. It is rumored that the FBI has examined transactions related to her property acquisitions, seeking to uncover whether they play a role in a larger, more clandestine agenda. Some believe that her vast portfolio of estates, particularly in remote locations, could be more than just personal investments. The secrecy surrounding certain purchases, often made through anonymous LLCs rather than under her name directly, has only deepened suspicions. Adding further intrigue, Oprah's name has been linked to some of the most notorious figures in recent history, including Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, and Russell Simmons, men accused of heinous crimes. While many of these associations appear to be professional or social in nature, conspiracy theorists speculate that the connections may run deeper. If the FBI is indeed probing these links, it could indicate that her relationships with these individuals were not merely incidental but rather tied to undisclosed dealings. Despite the weight of these allegations, no tangible proof has emerged directly implicating Oprah in any illegal activity. However, the layers of secrecy surrounding her financial empire, her expansive real estate acquisitions, and her proximity to influential yet controversial individuals have left the public questioning the true nature of her empire. Over the years, Oprah has discreetly built an extensive real estate portfolio, acquiring sprawling estates, secluded retreats, and massive plots of land across the United States. Her properties range from a $100 million estate in Montecito, California, to vast holdings in Washington, Colorado, and Tennessee. Critics argue that her acquisitions follow a strategic pattern, often clustering around key business, political, and entertainment figures. What has raised eyebrows is not just the scale of her real estate empire, but the secrecy surrounding these purchases. Many of her transactions have been conducted through anonymous corporate entities, a common practice among the ultra-wealthy but one that raises concerns about why such measures are necessary for a public figure whose career is built on trust. Investigative journalists who have attempted to track these acquisitions have reportedly faced legal pushback from powerful attorneys, further obscuring the true extent of her holdings. One of the most contentious aspects of Oprah's real estate empire is her significant land holdings in Hawaii. Over the years, she has quietly acquired more than 2,000 acres on the island of Maui, making her one of its largest private landowners. These purchases have led to allegations that she is contributing to the displacement of native Hawaiians, driving up real estate prices, and restricting access to land that was once freely available to local communities. Tensions escalated following the devastating wildfires that swept through Maui, destroying thousands of homes and leaving many residents homeless. While Oprah publicly pledged support for the victims, her response was met with backlash. Alongside actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, she announced the creation of the People's Fund of Maui, a charitable initiative aimed at providing aid to those affected by the fires. However, the fund's request for public donations was widely criticized, with many questioning why two of the world's wealthiest celebrities were soliciting contributions instead of personally funding the relief efforts. Adding to the controversy, reports surfaced that Oprah's vast land holdings in Maui remained largely untouched by the fires, leading to speculation that her properties may have been deliberately protected. While there is no concrete evidence to support these claims, the fact that so many native Hawaiian communities were devastated while her estates remained intact has fueled ongoing conspiracy theories. In 2007, Oprah founded the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, OLAG, in South Africa, a school she described as one of her most personal philanthropic endeavors. Designed to provide high-quality education to underprivileged young girls, the institution initially received widespread praise. However, over the years, it has been plagued by disturbing scandals and allegations of abuse. Shortly after its opening, the academy faced its first major scandal when a dormitory matron was accused of mistreating students, engaging in harsh discipline, intimidation, and inappropriate behavior. A visibly shaken Oprah traveled to South Africa to address the situation, issuing a public apology to the victims and their families. However, despite the severity of the allegations, the accused staff member was later acquitted, raising questions about the adequacy of the investigation and whether justice had truly been served. The school faced further controversy when reports surfaced that some students were engaging in inappropriate behavior with their classmates, leading to the suspension of several students. Many questioned how such incidents could occur within an environment that was supposed to foster discipline and empowerment. Perhaps the most shocking incident at OLAG was the discovery of a newborn's body inside a student's backpack. The revelation sent shockwaves through the community, with many wondering how a pregnancy had gone undetected within the school's strict oversight. The young girl involved had reportedly hidden her pregnancy for months, giving birth alone in secrecy. While Oprah Winfrey remains an iconic figure in media and philanthropy, the growing number of controversies surrounding her wealth, real estate acquisitions, and personal associations have led to increasing scrutiny. Though no concrete evidence has publicly implicated her in illegal activities, the layers of secrecy, the scale of her influence, and the persistence of allegations have left many questioning whether there is more to her legacy than meets the eye. The troubling incident involving an attempt to dispose of a newborn within the school's premises has raised serious concerns about the institution's lack of oversight. It also brings into question the mental and emotional well-being of the students enrolled there. Over the years, multiple reports have surfaced suggesting that students have mysteriously gone missing from Hobo AG. While official school records do not indicate any unusual disappearances, online discussions have fueled unverified claims that some students left the academy and were never seen or heard from again. These persistent rumors have led to speculation about possible darker activities linked to the institution. Some critics have even drawn comparisons between OLAG and other organizations allegedly tied to global trafficking networks. Though no concrete evidence supports these claims, the sheer number of unsettling incidents at the school has kept public suspicion alive. Adding to the concerns, OLAG operates under an unusually high level of secrecy, with stringent media restrictions in place. Unlike other prestigious academies that welcome journalists to document student life, AAG enforces strict confidentiality measures. Reports indicate that students and staff are required to sign non-disclosure agreements, effectively barring them from discussing internal matters with outsiders. This lack of transparency has led many to believe that the institution is more focused on concealing issues rather than addressing them. The controversies surrounding Oprah's South African Academy have not only raised concerns about her leadership and accountability but have also drawn attention to her broader network of global influence. One of the most striking aspects of her connections is her long-standing ties to some of the world's most powerful billionaires. She has frequently been seen alongside corporate magnates, political leaders, and tech giants at exclusive gatherings, including the secretive Bilderberg meetings. Since these high-profile events are often shrouded in secrecy, speculation runs high that the discussions extend far beyond business and politics. Although there is no official record of Oprah's role in these meetings, her presence among key decision-makers has led many to question the extent of her influence. Another controversial aspect of her network is her association with individuals accused of serious misconduct. While she has often presented herself as a champion of justice, critics argue that her support for or distance from certain figures appears to be dictated by convenience rather than principle. For instance, her affiliations with influential Hollywood executives, many of whom were later exposed for abusive behavior, have led to accusations that she was aware of more than she publicly acknowledged. Some insiders claim that Oprah has strategically shaped public narratives, defending or ignoring allegations based on how they align with her own interests. Her deep political connections have also sparked speculation. Over the years, Oprah has publicly endorsed various high-profile politicians, attended exclusive fundraising events, and leveraged her media influence to promote candidates. However, some analysts argue that her endorsements are not solely based on personal beliefs but are part of a larger strategy to solidify her standing within elite circles. Her close relationships with former U.S. presidents, members of royal families, and global financial leaders suggest that she operates within a carefully curated web of influence. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of Oprah's connections is the level of protection she seems to receive from mainstream media and law enforcement. Despite numerous allegations against individuals within her circle, very few investigations have scrutinized her directly. Unlike other public figures who have faced relentless media scrutiny, Oprah's involvement in controversial matters is often downplayed or ignored altogether. One of the most disturbing claims revolves around her alleged links to Jeffrey Epstein, whose crimes exposed a vast network of elite figures involved in trafficking and exploitation. Persistent rumors suggest that Oprah attended exclusive events where Epstein and his associates were present. Although no official records confirm these claims, some researchers have pointed to travel logs and guest lists from high-profile gatherings that reportedly included her name alongside known Epstein affiliates. Additionally, photographs have emerged showing her in the company of individuals later exposed as part of Epstein's network. While simply attending social functions does not equate to direct involvement, the sheer number of high-profile individuals connected to Epstein has led many to question how much Oprah truly knew. Speculation intensified when Epstein's notorious private island, Little St. James, became the focal point of federal investigations. The island, infamous for hosting secretive gatherings attended by powerful figures, has been linked to multiple trafficking allegations. Online theorists claim that Oprah may have visited the island or had indirect ties to those who did. While no concrete proof has surfaced, the lack of transparency regarding flight records and guest lists has only fueled these theories further. Adding to the controversy, Oprah has largely avoided addressing the Epstein scandal in depth. Unlike other public figures who have publicly condemned him or distanced themselves from him, she has remained notably silent. While some argue that her lack of response suggests she had no involvement, others believe her silence speaks volumes. In an industry where narratives are carefully controlled, her decision to avoid discussing one of the most significant criminal cases involving elite figures has only heightened suspicion. Investigative journalists have also pointed out that Oprah's social network includes multiple individuals who were either implicated in Epstein's dealings or closely associated with his inner circle. These connections include business moguls, Hollywood executives, and political figures linked to Epstein through financial transactions, shared properties, or exclusive events. While speculation about Oprah's involvement remains unproven, her ties to powerful individuals with troubling histories have only added to public concerns. Beyond her associations with controversial figures like Epstein, Oprah has also maintained close ties with some of Hollywood's most notorious personalities. Men whose crimes were exposed only after years of silence and systemic cover-ups within the industry. One such figure is Harvey Weinstein, the disgraced Hollywood mogul whose decades of abuse were finally revealed in 2017. Oprah was frequently seen with Weinstein at industry events, often speaking highly of his success and influence. Numerous photographs capture their close professional relationship, which persisted despite long-standing rumors about Weinstein's predatory behavior. Some of Weinstein's victims have even alleged that Oprah helped introduce young women to him, raising concerns about whether she knowingly enabled his actions. While there is no definitive proof of her complicity, her silence on the matter until after Weinstein's downfall was conspicuous. The controversy surrounding Oprah deepened when actress Rose McGowan, one of Weinstein's most vocal accusers, publicly criticized her in 2021. McGowan called Oprah fake and accused her of protecting abusers under the guise of female empowerment. Musician Seal echoed similar sentiments, posting an image of Oprah with Weinstein and captioning it, "You've been part of the problem for decades." These accusations led many to believe that Oprah was not merely a bystander but an active participant in Hollywood's culture of silence surrounding abuse. Oprah's connection to Russell Simmons has further complicated her stance as an advocate for survivors. The hip-hop mogul has faced accusations from over a dozen women alleging sexual misconduct and violence, with claims dating back several decades. Despite these allegations, Oprah initially supported Simmons, appearing at events with him and maintaining a professional relationship. In 2019, she was set to executive produce a documentary focusing on his accusers. However, she abruptly withdrew from the project, citing concerns about its production, a move that many viewed as a capitulation to industry pressure. Critics argue that if Oprah genuinely stood for justice and accountability, she would have spoken out against Weinstein and Simmons much earlier. Instead, she appeared to align herself with them when they were at the height of their power, only distancing herself once they were publicly exposed. Many believe that her decisions were driven more by self-interest than a commitment to supporting victims. Beyond her personal and professional relationships, Oprah's financial dealings have also come under scrutiny. One of the most controversial aspects is her extensive use of offshore accounts and tax shelters. Investigative reports suggest that, like many other billionaires, she has employed complex financial structures to minimize tax liabilities and shield assets from public scrutiny. Documents indicate that portions of her wealth are tied to overseas investments, trusts, and holding companies, making it difficult to trace the full extent of her financial empire. While these practices are legal, they raise ethical concerns, particularly for someone who publicly champions economic equality. Additionally, her approach to philanthropy has been met with skepticism. Although she has donated millions to various causes, critics argue that much of her charitable giving is carefully orchestrated to maintain a positive public image while limiting direct financial contributions. A prime example of this was the backlash she faced after launching the People's Fund of Maui with Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne, The Rock, Johnson, and Oprah Winfrey launched a fund aimed at providing relief to victims of the devastating Maui wildfires. However, instead of fully financing the initiative themselves, they turned to the public for donations, despite their combined net worth surpassing $3 billion. This decision sparked widespread criticism, with many questioning why two of the world's wealthiest celebrities were asking everyday people to contribute instead of covering the costs themselves. Adding to the controversy, concerns have arisen over the transparency of Oprah's charitable foundations. While she has established numerous philanthropic initiatives focused on education, healthcare, and disaster relief, financial records for some of these organizations have been difficult to access. Some researchers claim that a significant portion of the funds collected by her foundations have been allocated to administrative costs, consulting fees, and other expenses that do not directly benefit those in need. These revelations have led to speculation that her charitable efforts may serve as tax shelters or tools for maintaining a favorable public image rather than genuine acts of philanthropy. Beyond charity, Oprah's deep connections to corporate interests have also raised questions about whether her endorsements and business ventures serve the public's best interest. She has made substantial investments in companies like Weight Watchers, where her public support has been known to directly influence stock prices. Critics argue that her vast media empire allows her to shape consumer behavior in a way that grants her a unique level of financial control. This has led to accusations that, while she presents herself as a philanthropist, she simultaneously leverages her influence for strategic financial gain. However, her financial dealings are just one aspect of a broader concern, her ability to control media narratives. Unlike many other celebrities who frequently face public scrutiny, Oprah appears to be shielded from intense criticism. Over the years, she has cultivated strong relationships with major media corporations such as CBS, ABC, and her own Oprah Winfrey Network, OWN, ensuring that the public perception of her remains largely positive. Some speculate that negative stories about her are deliberately suppressed, with former journalists and media insiders alleging that industry figures have been discouraged or even pressured not to investigate her business dealings too deeply. Beyond traditional media, Oprah's influence extends to digital platforms, where discussions about her controversies often seem to be suppressed or downplayed. Independent content creators have reported that their posts discussing sensitive topics related to Oprah have been flagged, demonetized, or buried in search results. This has fueled speculation that her team actively works behind the scenes to control online narratives and prevent damaging information from gaining traction. While many public figures take measures to protect their reputations, the extent of Oprah's media control has raised serious concerns about transparency and censorship. Another dimension of her influence lies in her ability to shape the careers and reputations of public figures. Oprah has played a pivotal role in launching the careers of personalities like Dr. Phil and Dr. Ounce, helping them rise to fame through her platform. However, critics argue that this influence comes at a cost. Those who align with Oprah flourish, while those who challenge her find themselves pushed aside. Some former associates have suggested that speaking out against her can lead to professional setbacks, media blackouts, and even ostracization within the industry. This level of influence has led to accusations that Oprah not only crafts narratives but also actively silences those who oppose her. Perhaps most concerning is the way her media empire shapes social and political discourse. While she positions herself as a champion of truth and justice, some believe she carefully curates the stories she promotes to align with her interests and those of the elite circles she moves within. Whether it is her endorsements of political candidates, selective coverage of social movements, or avoidance of topics that could damage her public image, her ability to control the flow of information raises critical ethical questions. In an era where media transparency is more important than ever, Oprah's vast influence remains one of the least discussed yet most significant aspects of her power. Those who dare to challenge her influence often find themselves facing unexpected consequences. Unlike other high-profile figures who are regularly scrutinized by the press, Oprah appears to be remarkably insulated from damaging coverage. Journalists who have attempted to investigate her financial dealings, real estate acquisitions, or business partnerships have reportedly encountered obstacles, with some claiming that their editors were pressured to abandon stories. Others suggest that legal threats have been used to prevent the publication of controversial findings. These concerns have led to speculation that Oprah's powerful connections allow her to dictate which narratives gain public attention and which ones are buried. Even on social media, criticism of Oprah appears to be systematically suppressed. Independent journalists and content creators have reported that their posts and videos discussing her controversies have been demonetized, shadow banned, or even removed entirely. Some believe this could be the result of agreements between Oprah's team and major tech companies, ensuring that her brand remains untarnished. Whether this suppression is a direct intervention or simply the byproduct of automated content moderation, the lack of open discussion about her controversies stands in stark contrast to how other public figures are treated online. Beyond media control, former associates and insiders have described an environment where questioning Oprah's decisions can lead to career consequences. Several individuals who were once close to her have hinted at a culture of fear within her inner circle, where challenging her authority could result in professional setbacks. Some public figures, such as comedian Monique, have openly accused Oprah of using her influence to blacklist those who refuse to align with her expectations. Although Oprah has denied such claims, the repeated pattern of individuals losing favor after opposing her has led many to suspect that she wields far more behind-the-scenes power than she openly acknowledges. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of these concerns is the fear that some critics have for their safety. Conspiracy theories suggest that those who attempt to expose powerful figures within elite circles, many of whom are connected to Oprah, often experience sudden legal troubles, professional ruin, or, in extreme cases, unexplained disappearances. While no concrete evidence links Oprah to such incidents, the broader pattern of influential figures being protected while their critics are silenced has only deepened public skepticism. Whether through media influence, corporate alliances, or sheer power, Oprah's ability to control narratives and suppress opposition appears to be stronger than many realize. As authorities begin to scrutinize her dealings more closely, the extent of Oprah Winfrey's behind-the-scenes influence may finally come to light. But what are your thoughts on this? Share your opinions in the comments below.